Okay, greetings, everyone. Dr. Akina Finch is here. Yes, this is a late night one, but I tend to do my best in the late night. So I figured that I would come on. I felt like talking, and everybody's been like, where you been? You got this conference going on, and you have been live streaming. So I figured I'd go ahead and do a little live. Hello. So, welcome to the live stream. You know, I've been doing this event, and a lot of people have seen it, seen advertisements about it, and oh my goodness, it is, it's something else. It is something else. It's one thing when you are a speaker, but it's a whole nother situation when you're the organizer. Let's go ahead and say that. It's a whole nother situation when you're the organizer. And I have helped people organize it before. Hello, Ashley. I've helped people organize things before, but it's so different when it's your baby. And then it's so different when it's a cause that you're trying to put into play. So I guess I should just explain the whole focus of this. So I am Dr. Akina Finch, and I am hosting the Social Power Summit. The Social Power Summit is a 2-day summit that are featuring women of color in social media, STEM, and tech. And why is it featuring them? Because we are highly underrepresented in these fields. Highly underrepresented. You know, you go to these you see these conferences on social media. They're charging $1,300, $1,400 a ticket, and you can count me on your you can count anybody of color on your hand, and then you can count anyone that's a female, on 2 fingers come through, And I was like, but there are so many women that are crushing it, killing the game, yet you wouldn't know about it to go to any of these conferences. You wouldn't know about it to see it on the TV. You wouldn't know about it to see it in these interviews, right? Unless you were in a Essence or Ebony or whatnot, But for the most part, just the TV things, the internet things, you really don't see a lot of us, and that's unfortunate, and it's also inaccurate. Hello, how are you? So I said, we're going to do this. We're going to make the Social Power Summit, and we're going to make a platform for women of color in STEM, tech, and social media to actually be able to show their face and show their gifts and show their talents. Because there are so many platforms that they could be on, but either the organizers don't know about them, or the organizers don't want to know about them, if you understand what I'm saying. And so that's where the journey began. Saw an advertisement about a conference that had over 200 speakers. 4 of them were black and none of them were women. So I already knew what the struggle began. So now we're learning about that, and I said, okay, I have this cause. I have this platform that I want to build. Now what do I do, right? So first things first, you have to get you a date. Then you need to get you a venue. And then you have to, find out if you're going to have speakers and things like that. Hello, Regina. You have to find out if you're going to have the speakers and are they going to flow in alignment, and and then of course when you figure all this stuff out, then you have to talk about the budget, right? OMG, the budget. So let's start with hotels. They will quote you a price. Please double it. Please double it, if not triple it. Please double it, if not triple it. Because first off, food is atrocious. It's amazing to me that food is between $30 to $50 a plate. Sometimes it's higher than that. So you have to make sure, hello, you have to make sure that you are, thank you so much. You know, we'll get to that. We'll get to all of that. So, so then, you know, you have your venue and you're dealing with that. And of course, they're going to quote you and say, you know, hey, hold on. I did something wrong here. Hold on just a second. Okay, there we go. And, of course, they're going to quote you and say, well, if you have a food and beverage minimum, then your room is cheaper. Yes. And it's actually a nice price break. Yes. That's a lot of money for a plate of food, correct? It is. And I was definitely shocked that that's the way hotels run. I was like, OMG, right? Then, not to mention room blocks, because that's a whole nother price altogether. That's a whole nother department. That's the sales department. You know, when you're dealing with the food, when you're dealing with the venue, the AV, now make sure you're getting the right package. Make sure you're getting the right package, because if you're not getting the right package, see, I got the audio visual, you know, and I got the projector, the screen, or whatever. Okay, so they informed me literally 2 weeks. Now, keep in mind that I started this journey in January. I started this journey in January. Had all this stuff booked out by February. Okay? Let's start there. They informed me 2 weeks ago that the package that I bought does not include mics and wires. So I'm like, okay, say what? So what was I? Oh, do you need a mic? Because your package doesn't have a mic in that. Okay. So that's, here comes another $10 a day. A day. All right. All good. You know, sometimes, you know, you need to know when to hold them and when to fold them. So, you know, got my mic. I'm over it. Got my mic. Totally over it. So then, coffee, tea, you know, something for somebody to drink in the room, you know. Now you can give them water for free, but if you want them to have tea or coffee in the morning, that's another $45 a day. Yeah, no, not $45 a day, $45 a jug, a gallon, $45 a gallon. So if they kill that tea and coffee, then they gonna want another $45 if they bring another gallon in there. Come through. I'm like, okay, cool, you know. And you know, you just deal with it. You know, you just deal with it. Then I know everybody is sitting up here tripping, but I'm giving y'all real talk, because you know, a lot of things are like, oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? And there's a couple of event planners in here that understand what I'm saying. So, okay, so I got this $42. Then we have to I have 14 females speaking in my event. Some are speaking by themselves, some are speaking at the panel. So what do I need? I need makeup. That's right, makeup. So, which means that I'm not going to need just one person. I'm going to need 2 people at least. So I set up the makeup situation. Well, now they got an issue with me having, you know, where they're going to be put. I was thinking just put them in my room. Oh, no. That's not enough room. And, of course, if they drop a compact or something, that would mess up our carpet. So we had to get another room just for the people to get their makeup done. Yes, that's fun stuff. But because I have 14 women, plus the people who want to get their headshots done, because we are offering headshot packages, you know, so they're going to need their makeup, I'm going to need the room. I know this. So, I mean, it's, you know, once again, letting it flow. You know, I'm flowing. I'm flowing, right? You know, I'm calculating, but I'm flowing. because I refuse to get bent out of shape. I refuse to do this, right? Then you got your room blocks. Now that's a whole nother separate situation. Please, ladies and gentlemen, when you are deciding that you're going to get room blocks, when you know that your audience is going to be from another state, which I do, because I spend, 30% of my life in Nashville, Tennessee, even though I live here. I'm usually in the DMV. I'm usually in Atlanta. I'm usually in all these other spots. So my audience are there, obviously. Okay. So that means that most of my people are going to be flying in, right? I would say 80% of my audience that's going to be at this event does not live in Nashville. So what does that say? What does that say about Nashville? Lord have mercy, I'm not even going there today. That's a whole nother that's a whole live stream by itself. I have a whole nother live stream about Nash Vegas by itself. That's another thing that I will not. Will not. Yes, you are. Yes, exactly. So we have an event, a vacation planner. She is saying that I am correct on these room blocks. So check this out with the room block. I want 20 people. I need 20 rooms. I booked on 20 rooms. Please know that if you don't make it by X date, then we're going to charge you for all the rooms that we set aside because you kept us for money. Okay. Let's see, this room block happened around April, and I had to get people in there by August. 20 rooms by August 23rd. I said, okay, I can make this happen. Now, let me know if y'all benefiting from this story. Because, I want to make sure, I love to tell a good story. This is a good story, by the way. So, if y'all are benefiting from what I'm telling y'all, or if y'all already knew that, let me know that too. Because, I like participation. So, they tell me this. We had a few little glitches at the beginning with the room block. Vanessa Canterbury, she's part of this story. So we had a few little glitches at the beginning, but from April to August 16th, this link worked. Okay? Say about August 16th, this link worked. All of a sudden, the link stopped working. The link stopped working. A week before, I'm supposed to get all the room blocks in. And of course, people wait till the last minute. So as we're trying to get the speakers in there, now mind you, 2 speakers had their room at this point. I have how many speakers coming from out of town? 13. 2 speakers had their rooms at this time. Not to mention the guests waited to the last. I had 5 people that had rooms at this point in time. Okay. So you already know what this was getting ready to be a hot mess. And I had to have this block filled by August 23rd. So, 1 day went by, okay. 2 days went by, okay. 3 days went by, and I'm on the phone. What's going on? How y'all gonna fix this? What's the problem? Whatever. Then, they still hadn't gotten it fixed. But my friend Vanessa here, who is in the live stream, decided to say, I need my room. Let me call up there. Give me the number. I gave her the number. 4 transfers later, and an hour later, she probably screamed at just about everybody and left the conversation still with no room. Still with no room. That was the best part about it. She still didn't end up with a room. I had to call the next day to make sure she had a room. But needless to say, the next day, the link was miraculously fixed after Hurricane Canterbury came through the Hotel Preston. And thanks to her lovely efforts, I ended up getting a room for free. Let me tell you, 20 rooms is not enough to get a free room as an organizer. Can you believe that? 20 rooms is not enough. You know how much it would take for you to get a free room? 50 rooms. 50 rooms or act a fool. 50 rooms or have one of your guests act a fool. Whichever way it rolled. But nevertheless, it did happen. So now we got the room together. We got the room blocked. So of course, yeah, well, that depends on the hotel. Okay, so this particular hotel, it was 50 rooms. All right. Now, there are some bigger chains that will let you have points and all this, that, and the other if they're a larger chain. This is a boutique hotel, so they weren't trying to give up on nothing. So, there we go. Now, as we move forward in this situation, so we got the room blocks squared away. Now, they extend the room block from the 23rd. I know, right? I know, right? He barely had 50 rooms. Right. So he tried it. That's the point. He tried it. But who succeeded? He tried it, though. Got to give him points for trying. He didn't know what he was dealing with. But that's further on in the story. So, we get to the room blocks. They extend the room block to August 27th. Okay. People are booking rooms. I actually went in and booked the speakers' rooms because, hey, hey, I had to get them in there. You know, I needed them a place to sleep. So the room block closes Monday the 27th at 5 o'clock. Tuesday the 28th. Do you still have rooms? Really? Are we doing this right now? So here I go. Back on the phone. Putting in rooms. Getting people in at the rate. Yeah. No problem, girl. You know why? Because at the end of the day, I wanted it done. And that was on me. That was on me. And I wanted to make sure that y'all had a room and y'all were comfortable. Yeah. Are you working? Awesome. And see, that's one of our speakers now. Y'all getting ready to get blessed by this lovely lady right here. Yeah, Nina Thomas, she's the bomb. She's going to be doing our YouTube workshop. So, yes, definitely know her. So, as we're moving on, we got the speakers, their rooms. Here comes other people that missed. And so, we're flipping rooms. We're doing this. We're doing that. Okay. I literally changed rooms today. I have to call tomorrow and get rooms changed. So, this room thing is the real deal. So please be prepared for that. Now, as we go on, we got the room. Now it's time for us to have the tasting. So I took my event planner. I don't know if she's still on here. So we went to the tasting. So of course we're going to have two different types of meals. So one meal, you know, is not going to change, you know, it's just, you know, meat and whatever. So you already know what, cold cuts, different things like that taste like. Okay. So what we needed, oh, there she is. So what we needed was to taste the Italian food, which I posted online, by the way. She's here. Okay. So I posted that online. It was a great meal. So anybody who's coming on Saturday, oh my God, y'all get ready. Y'all get ready. So, anywho, we did that. So we went in, we saw the room, and she was like, oh my God, you know. Then I saw the room that I was going to do the party in, And I was like, this is small. Yes, I love the ravioli. I loved it. So, yeah, so that's going to be the highlight of my weekend is that spinach and cheese ravioli. And I'm a meat girl, so you know that stuff must have been the bomb. But we're not going to talk about food because then I'm going to be all happy. So we're not going to talk about the food. So, we go into the room, and you know how a room looks when it's empty versus when it has tables in it? And they show you this open space, and you're like, are you sure that my people are going to fit in here? You know, be prepared for that, because that space looks a lot different when it doesn't have all the tables and chairs in it. I was just kind of like, I said, because, you know, black folks, we got a whole, you know, they talk about tables, round tables of 10, but, you know, some of us are packing in the back. So, you know, we had to turn that to tables of 8, you know, because nobody wants to be booty to booty, you know, and hip to hip. You know, we don't want none of that. So we had to spread that out, spread the space out a little bit. And so, you know, you got to take that into consideration. You have to take that into consideration. And so I was like, But, you know, Vanessa's laughing at me. But I mean, I'm being for real. You know, you have to know your audience. You know? And then, of course, you know, some people just don't like a lot of folks in their area. They don't like a whole lot of folks in the area. See, I'm that person, you know, I need this. I need to be able to do this. And somebody sitting next to me. So, you know, I need that. So, we brought that down to 8 instead of 10. So, we have all of that decor. Milton in here laughing at me. And so, got all that decor together and all that. And, you know, Patricia was laughing at me because I'm asking man questions at rapid speed. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm all about what I need. Yes. Yes. See, Nina is what I was with me. Yes, we need that personal space and that hip space. Yes. You know, you get up there and you shout, honey, you done knock 4, 5 folks out. You know, come on through. We can't have no tight room. And so anybody who knows me knows that if I ask a question, then I want it like boom, boom. I'm a now chick on that. So I'm asking this man questions at rapid speed. And he's trying to answer me. I needed to know what type of speed he could move at. So if anything happens, then I know how he's going to react. So I'm coming. What about this? 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 And I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. Let's move on to that. I need to see this. I need to see that. I need to see this. I need to see that. I need to have the full picture because in my head, because I'm a troubleshooter, I'm always thinking in the future, and I'm always thinking strategic. No, he was a little worried. You know, Patricia was kind of looking at me like, but you know, I just need it. I have to know, you know? And so, but to his case, once I got all my questions answered, I laid back, but by then it was time to eat. So, you know, I didn't have no conversation after we started eating. You know, I was good then. So he did very well. He was able to hang with me. And so we got, no, he wasn't ready. And I know that about myself because I need to know what way I need to come if there's an emergency. So if y'all are not fast acting, I need to be. So that's another thing you need to pay attention to when you are doing events. If the venue is not fast acting, you need to have a plan B. and don't and trust. I got plan B, C, D, E, F, and G. Just saying. But you always have to have that, because if they're not moving on your level, you need to be able to fix this thing. So everything went well with that. Now we have to make sure that your lineup is good. Oh, hi, Marvin. How are you? It's been a while. And so next thing is, making sure. Yes, most definitely. They need to match the culture of the project. So now that we got that squared away, I realized I was going to do the birthday party. But I realized that a lot of my people that were coming are really high level thinking. And what I mean by that is, yeah, we can network, but we rather work. So what that means is, instead of the birthday party, we're going to do a social media think tank session, basically, where the speakers are going to sit at a table. Let's say Nina is at her table. Her table would be YouTube. So if she is there, anybody who's having problems with YouTube or wants to learn more about YouTube would sit at her table, and they would be able to answer their questions and all that kind of stuff, or they can build it out while she's there, and she can look at it and say, okay, yeah, you're going in a good direction, or hey, why don't you tweak this or move that or whatever. And just like LinkedIn, so Demetria will be there at the LinkedIn table, and she'll be like, okay, I don't see a lot of engagement here. Where's your groups? How many groups do you have? How many people have you connected with? How many in-mails have you sent out? Do you have a company page? That kind of thing. Our Facebook lady is leaving early, so we might have to do double duty on the Facebook, but all of us know Facebook, so we'll be able to do good. Well, yes, you can sneak off to her table. We're giving people time to switch around, because some people may be good at one spot and then they'll want to switch to another spot, and we're giving them free reign to do that. Just bring your laptops and we're just going to work on our projects. And when you leave, you should have a better platform than when you came, because you have all of these people with this expertise. Let's say you need branding help. Well, we'll have Sade Wadu in there. She can look at that. Oh, that's a little flat. Let me give you some more. I think if you do a more color here, if you do a little swatch there, if you punch this out a little bit more here, it'll look better. So that is another thing that you can have as well. You have Rashonda Pratt is in the room. She's known for live streaming as well as media. So she can answer the question. We have 2 PR people. So if you have PR questions, is this going to look good? Is this going to attract a sponsor? Or is this going to attract a new client? Or is this going to make me an influencer? They can answer those questions for you. So I'm just saying, those who are missing this think tank, this is a biggie. And I'm like, it's better for me because, I like to work. I don't like to party. I'm not a party chick at all. I don't enjoy them. I actually fell asleep at them. So this right here is up my alley. So I was like, yes. So we're going to do the think tank, right? And then after that, we'll also have our 9 to 5 sessions where we're going to have our workshop speakers. We're going to have panelists. We're going to have our Biz Talk speakers. Now, one of our Biz Talk speakers used Instagram, free platform, to make over $220 or so $1,000, and with just the Instagram and a link. And he's going to teach them how to do that. So, that's something I would like to know. I'm going to be front row center listening. I'm just saying. And then he's going to be at the think tank so he can help y'all build that out. So if you are a person that needs to start formulating your leads, you know, that might be somebody you need to talk to. The other Biz Talk speaker is talking about how to make sales on and close deals on social media. So, you know, all that copy that you need to have, all that conversation you need to have, all of that, he's talking about that. So not only do you have the workshops, I'm going to do the Twitter workshop, and I'm doing the live stream workshop. I'm doing it more in demo style, fun style, because y'all need to start using y'all tools, and it's very important. You got to start using your tools, because a lot of y'all are sleeping on this live stream, and y'all sleeping on simple stuff that's going to take y'all to the next level. And so we're going to let y'all know about those things, you know. Now, it's 11 o'clock at night here, so, you know. But the stuff that's going to be in that room is going to be off the chain. So now, then we have our panelists. So the conference is talking about the how, the why, and the business of social media. So I talked about the how. That's going to be the workshops. I talked about the business. And hi, Angela. That's going to be the Biz Talk speakers, and the why are the panelists. So basically, I have a Nashville panel coming, and I have music execs on the panel, clothing, someone to design a clothing line, someone who did a launch in a week and sold out like 8,000 products, all on social media and email marketing. Social media, email marketing, affiliate links come through. And they're going to be talking about all of that to you at the event. Okay? That's a Saturday panel, but it's an early Saturday panel. So if you're going to be there on Saturday, if you're one of my Saturday people, be there in the beginning. You want this information. But if you're going to be there both days, you know, y'all going to love this. Y'all going to love this. Am I freezing? Because I keep seeing y'all flipping. But of course, that's late. It's probably late too. I had to remember that. All right, so you, I said all that to say, you have to make your schedule. Make sure that your schedule works with your venue and works with your audience. So I had to make sure, as you can see, that we're going to do a lot of hands-on stuff. They're going to bring their computers. So I needed more space. Okay, I needed more space. And also, what they don't know is that we're going to be doing a little energy work at the beginning. Yeah, we're going to have a little fun. Y'all get to see the fun side of Dr. Finch. So that's going to be very interesting, to say the least. But y'all are going to be claiming some things. Claiming some things. That's all I'm going to give you. That's all I'm going to give you. But you'll have fun. And you need space for that as well. Okay? You need space for that as well. So I said we're going to go ahead and take out those 2 chairs, a table, and make sure that everybody has some moving room. All right. So now you got that taken care of. Then you got to make sure everything is going well with your decor. Then you got to make sure that your walls are together, because most room spaces can actually fit 4 rooms in them. This one is a particular space that can split into 4. So you need to know how much you need. Hi, Maurice. How are you? Okay, I did that wrong. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. All right. I got to wave at Maurice. Hey, Maurice. And so you got to make sure that you have enough, you know, the space. So we're taking up 2 of the 4 rooms. So we have to make sure that we have all of our sides together. And then, of course, how are they going to enter the room? Are they just going to walk over on the side? Or are they going to do the dance in, you know, with the music and all of that? If they're going to do the music and everything, you know, if they're going to, you know, work it out, bump, 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 then, you know, you need some more room for that as well. You know, they might want to have some fun. They might want to just come on in, you know, slide on in, you know. So you got to have room for that as well. You never know, because you don't want to hinder the creativity of your speakers, because you never know how that goes into the presentation. I have some, especially with social media people, STEM people, we tend to be on the creative side. So we have to make sure that that is open for them. Okay, so now we moved into that. So we've covered rooms, venues to include room blocks, food, that's craziness, equipment, AV. Make sure you have the AV package that's not just the projector and screen, but also has the microphone. They will try to split it up on you, and you will think that you have the right stuff, and they tell you 2 weeks before you decide it's time for you to do this. We have this makeup room because we're going to offer headshots, because too many people are rocking selfies on their social media. We have to stop that, people. We have to stop with the selfies. Especially now on your personal, that's one thing. But on your professional stuff, we got to stop with the selfies, people. And so if you are rocking a selfie, there is a photographer sitting there waiting on you at the Social Power Summit. I'm just saying. And the people who are doing the makeup actually did the makeup for, hey, Christina, did the makeup for the Activate conference. So that's the Real Glam Room. They're out of Nashville and Arkansas, believe it or not. So they're going to be coming to do all of that. And so if you want headshots, you want makeup done, there's packages right there on the thing. You can order that and get all that together. If you decide at the event, they have a price for that too. But it's best that you do the deposit to get the cheaper price. Now, so I say all of that to say, because you can't just have a boring basic conference. You got to have a bonus for your people, right? You have to have a bonus. Mine is headshots, makeup, special grab bags for my VIPs. Now, everybody's going to have a little swaggy bag, but my VIPs get special swag bags. And, for the VIPs, they also get a meal. My general admission in 1 days are going to go down to the restaurant that's probably about two or three steps down the hall, and get their food there. So no one has to leave. That was the point. So I want them to be able to eat, come on back, get their thing. And so everybody will be accommodated. And then most people are staying in the hotel, so if they need to run up or whatever, they can just go up. So that's also a thing. Convenience. Since I knew that most of my people were going to be coming from another state, it was very important for them to be close to the airport. There's been so many times when I got engulfed in a conversation, but I am like 30 or 40 minutes away from the airport, so I had to cut that short and get in an Uber and fly out, Versus this, they are literally 5 minutes away, and it's a 24-hour shuttle. So if they need to leave on the fly, they can finish their conversation. They're there in 5 minutes, and they go ahead on and get their check-in. So even if they do a little too much talking, a little bit too much networking, it's all good because they're only 5 minutes away. Literally, they get in the van, and it takes them right on over there in 5 minutes. So that is another thing that you need to think about, making sure that your people are accommodated for. Very important. So, a lot of this stuff, people don't tell you. They don't tell you. And you don't really think about it. And, I've helped so many people with their events, but I usually help in the tech area. So, I wasn't aware of, do they need water? Well, I don't drink at an event. I'll go buy me a Coke. I'm not drinking nothing in a glass. That's I'm funny, so I need my own bottle. I can't do all these glasses and things unless you give me a straw. I'm funny, But, you know, so I wouldn't have paid attention to that kind of stuff, you know. So, and then of course, here comes Sade, my lovely friend, with this extra list of stuff that I hadn't even thought about. I'm like, ah. So, so here we go. So, I did learn. So let's talk about registration table. I don't like badges. I'm gonna put that out into the atmosphere. I don't like them. One reason why I understand the point of them, because, you know, it's getting your branding out in the pictures, but usually they pick these big old hot pink lanyards and this, that, and the other thing. I hate pink. And you know, so it's like, And so I remember that I like a good black lanyard, but usually those things are like this big or wide. And you know, when you got girls, you know, and just no, just the whole aesthetic, no. So we'll be doing wristbands because why? Okay. You know, we're gonna be doing wristbands because yes, I'm just not a pink girl. I know what Nina's talking about. Not a pink girl. But, you know, so, you know, it's still on your wrist. You still have, you know, and people know by the color, you know, where they're supposed to be. Okay, are you this color? Okay, you're going down here for lunch. Are you that color? You go down here. Oh, you're this color? You sit at that table. If you're that color, you sit with the table with the flowers. You know, and it's just easier. And then with the pictures, I want more of the decor to have the stuff on there more than the people sitting there with these big lanyards, you know. And then, you know, it's a whole lot of paper that they just throw out. You know, some people keep them, but that's a lot of time and energy to get those things laminated, put them stickers on, you know, shove the little things in the holes, all this, that, and the third. So basically, if they don't want they have their bracelet, they take it off, they put it on the desk, they put it back on in the morning, boom, shakalaka. So, you know, we're all good. Hey, Angie, how are you? And it makes it much easier. You know, I'm a color girl. I'm a visual girl, so I'm just like, hold it up. And 9.5 times out of 10, people will try to switch their bracelets, but guess what? I've memorized the sheet, so I know who's supposed to be where anyway. You know. But that's part of that as well. But, you know, we'll just check them off and we'll know how it goes. Right. No time. None. So, yes, we're going to do the the wristbands. Some people like the lanyards, you know, because they'll have the different things on it and it's easier, like if it's a whole bunch of conferences going on. I like the wristband as well because the other people are going to have on all of those different things that they tie on to them. So my people won't. So my people, I'll know exactly who my people are. Another thing is, as you're a speaker, most of the time they take them off. Why? Because they need the pictures for their branding after the fact or for their videos after the fact. And having that big lanyard on takes away from what they can use in their pictures going forward. I'd rather them have the picture on there with them with their badge on or with their special gift. The speakers get special gifts, so you'll probably see them in the pictures. That's all I'm going to tell them. Because one of them is on here, so I can't tell them what it is. And, and so I'd rather see that, you know, out there than, and it's something that they can use for their pictures, because I want them to be able to use this for their footage, because some speakers may not have enough pictures. So why limit them and not use your picture because they have this big lanyard on? So that's another thing to think about. I would do like a pen or something like that, or a bracelet or something like that. That way, when they're speaking, you'll see it on them or whatever, and they'll usually just turn it so they can still use it, and they're not mad about having that because they'll just take it off and they'll put it down and then they'll put it back on after the fact. But that's time and effort that you done wasted. So think about that. All right. Let's see. Any questions about events that y'all have been thinking about, been kind of scared about? Because I know a lot of y'all might be thinking about doing your own event. I know Christina needs to, honey. Christina needs to be in my event because she falls into that category, but we'll talk about getting her on the stage next year. Yeah, because I know she's only about 2 or 3 hours away from me. Yes. So, y'all might be seeing her next year. We'll talk. So, is there any questions? Was this helpful? I know I'm just telling the story, but, y'all definitely should have got the nuggets. I'm going to run through the nuggets while we're going through here. First off, know your budget. Oh, okay. Marketing. Oh, you're getting married. Ah, congratulations. Tell them hi. Tell them hey for me. Hey. Oh my goodness. Okay. I know. I would love to be at your wedding. Why didn't you tell me? Okay, so Laura, you are doing you want different ways to market. Okay, that's an awesome question. So let's talk about the marketing. That's right, I missed that part, right? So first and foremost, you need to make sure. Some people do the save the date. Some people don't. I did the save the date because mine was so far out. So that usually gets people's attention. And I usually do a save the date in a multicultural type of picture to let people know that they're included. Because usually if they see you or, whatever, they'll naturally assume. Because that's the first thing that people said. Is this just a girl event? Is this just for women? No, it's not just for women. I have male clients. I help males with social media and digital marketing and things. So why would it just be for, oh my God, April Frank's son. Hello. Hello. So I help them. So why would it be about women? Just women. So when I put my save the dates out there, I let them know that all people are welcome. So that's the tip for that. Then the next thing was the flyers. Most people are visual. We all know that, right? Most people are visual. So we need to make sure that we are piquing their interest. So I already knew that my colors were going to be blue and gold. So if y'all notice the evolution of the flyers, they started out white based with some blue and gold accents, but as they evolved, they ended up blue with gold and white accents. That piques the interest of the person who's watching it. Because if they all look the same all the way through, they won't notice the progression. So as I did the group picture, I made that on a bigger, bolder color. The sponsors are on a big gold background. The speakers on a big, bold blue background with white accents and whatever. When I started my advertisement, we started with a muted lighter color with the color accents, and then we floated it in. So that way people are not thinking they're seeing the same flyer over and over again, because it's just like McDonald's. Everybody knows the yellow arches on the black, red background, white letters on a black pole. So whatever they see, they know it's a McDonald's commercial. But each time that they see it, hey Chocolate Johnny, So every time they see it, you have 3 different flyers. Yes. And that's very important because you don't want them to think they're seeing the same thing over and over, because most people scroll. Now, you have to do it for scroll effect. So as I'm scrolling, as you're scrolling, think about it. As you're scrolling, if you see the same colors over and over again, you're not going to stop. But if you see something that just go boom, punch, oh, let me stop. Let me see what that's about. So that's another effect. Then, having different flyers. So make sure, okay, how can I say this in the nicest manner? Speakers like to see pictures of them and them only. So always have pictures of them for themselves. I did a template, and then after I did the template, I made flyers of each one of them. Why? Because 9.5 times out of 10, unless it's a celebrity on that flyer, they're not going to really promote the group flyer. They will promote themselves first and then promote the group flyer, if that makes sense. So a lot of people start out with this big group flyer trying to save money. That's cool, but having a flyer for them to put up on their stuff and put on their page, they'll promote it a lot more. I promise you. Then you come out with the group flyer. So the group flyer is for like the press releases, the LinkedIns, the Facebook pages, the banners for the top of your web pages, all that kind of stuff. Because some people do need to see the full gamut of what they're going to receive. Business people, corporate people especially, they want to see, they're not all about small picture. They're about big picture. So they like to see the big picture. That's why I came out with that one last, because that's when I really start hitting them. If you're going to go with sponsors and things like that, I would send them the group picture, and I would send, and then show them where they're going to be. I had so many sponsors that I actually had to do a separate flyer, because I had too many, I had speakers and I had sponsors, so I actually had to do a different flyer for both. And it actually came out very pretty, and the sponsors have been sharing them out. But I also sent individuals out to each sponsor as well, because like speakers, sponsors like to see themselves by themselves. And they're promoted a lot more than if they're in a group. Unless it's like a huge company like a Coca-Cola or something like that. Like, ooh, I'm sponsoring next to Coca-Cola. Whatever. So keep that in mind. I always give them an individual and then give them a group. The group. Can you talk about my approach to sponsorship? Yes, I am on live very late. For some odd reason, I was just motivated. And can I talk about my approach to getting sponsors? Awesome. So, it wasn't very hard, actually, because I've been in the game for a minute. So a lot of people actually volunteered just to be sponsors. I had a sponsorship packet though. So you need to have the sponsorship packet for the people that are not familiar with you, but most of the ones that are familiar with you, they just come on board. Y'all talk. But I did have a sponsor package, and because I'm not really about a PowerPoint presentation, I actually found hey Demisha, I actually found a website called Spons Easy. And in about 10 minutes, I built a complete sponsorship package for my event. And you have 2 packages. You could do the free one, and you could also do the $29.99 a month one. The $29.99 a month one gives you more links and bells and whistles, but the free one does just as well. And you can send it out to the people. You can email it to them. They can go online and choose the sponsorship packet that they want to inquire about. And then you'll get an email saying, hey, I want this person is interested in this sponsorship packet. And it'll tell them how many sponsorship packages are available as well. So you could tell them how many you're looking to have, and you can go with that. And so that is a good thing. So definitely look up Spons Easy. Spons Easy. And so if you are a digital person like myself, I think that is an awesome tool. Took me 10 minutes to build a sponsorship package. And I mean, it tells the picture, the event space, the website, also how many people, your demographic, gives you a chart of who you expect. It lets you break it down by age. So you have all of this numbers that your sponsors can go to. And then I posted it on social media, and a lot of my sponsors actually went over there. I didn't know, but they actually went over there beforehand, because I actually added, hey Esther, I actually added that to my website. So a lot of them went over there first and then saw the demographics. They were interested, and then they came on back over, and then they inquired to me. They didn't go through the form, but they inquired to me. And you can embed this right into your website. And so the next thing is the website, right? So you could either go the website route, or you could go the lead pages or ClickFunnels route like I did. I like the ClickFunnels and the lead pages route, because I don't have to worry about a domain. I don't have to worry about this, that, and the other thing if I don't want to. But of course, I went and bought a personalized domain, of course. And then you have all of these different things, because they're already set up. Like, I basically took a template and just tailored it to me. You can have all your different packages set up. You can put your speakers in there, your information there. You can put in your countdown so that people know how long they have to buy the ticket. Put your question and answer. There's some, people love your FQAs. You can actually embed your Eventbrite or your Ticket Leap or whatever into the website so that they don't have to leave the website. Things like that. So that's a great marketing tool too. And so when you send out the website, basically it's a one-stop shop. From the beginning to the end, they have experienced the whole thing. The one thing I wish I would have put more on it. Yes. Oh, you have ClickFunnels? Oh yeah, I'm sure they have plenty of them. I mean, I think it's a Brunson situation, so I know that he has some kind of template on there. And so, the one thing I wish I would have had more of is videos. But since this is my first event, that's probably why I didn't have as many. But next year, I'm going to have all these videos from the speakers, from the testimonials and all that. So it's going to be more heavily video based. So if you have videos of your other speaking engagement, definitely put it on there, because people are visual. They want to see what they're going to taste. Like the verse says, taste and see that is good, that kind. So yes, they want to taste and see, before they drop the dollars. And I would also invest in some good, good copy. I noticed that the more copy I added to it, the faster the ticket sold. So that's something that I'm a minimalist by nature as far as that kind of stuff is concerned. I don't need a lot, but that doesn't mean your audience doesn't need a lot. And so once I added the FQAs, I added the mission, I added the vision, I added the questions that we're going to address. I added the speakers and the topics and the this and the that, then that's when everything started flowing more. So that's a good marketing ploy. But you want them to leave that website and be like, oh my God, I need to be in that place. Did I hire a copywriter or did I do it myself? Well, I did mine myself. Next time I'm leaning towards hiring a copywriter from the jump. But because of the space that I was in, I was like, I just went to several websites and saw what I needed and then kind of put it together. But yes, I'm definitely leaning towards doing the copywriter next year. But very good question. And so these things are very important in that, and it helps with the website. Video, copywriter. FQA, very important, letting them know answer the questions before they can flood your inbox with them, because they will if they're not there. Decide if you're going to have the type of conference that have descriptions of everything, or is everything going to be in one room? I wanted everything to be in one room so that I didn't have to do all the description things and they weren't going all kinds of places, because people get lost when you let them out to their own devices. So having them in one room helps to keep the circulation going. So that's definitely how I structured mine. But and of course, smaller events is easier to stay in one room. But as we get bigger, I'm sure we will have to branch out, because I plan for this to get larger and I'm planning for this to move around to different cities. So because it's a definite need for women in STEM and social media to get their presence out there. And it's also a need for people who are trying to take their social media to the next level, and they're not looking at the same people every 5 minutes. It's not necessary, because we all have a different spin. So, to greatness, and what one way may not work for everybody, somebody else's spin may work for them. So, always giving them options is very important. I think I'm done. I know y'all like this woman here. First you live stream late at night, and then you're like, okay, I think I'm done. Do y'all have any questions? Well, while I'm waiting, I'm just going to say thank you so much for hanging out with me in this late night hour. I hope that some of these tips helped. Look over this live stream. And if you have any questions later on, please put them in the box. I am so willing to answer them. For those on here that's going to be at the Social Power Summit Friday and Saturday, then please, thank you so much. If you're speaking, thank you so much. If you're a vendor, thank you so much. If you're a sponsor, thank you so much for believing in the vision, believing in the mission. And we're going to make sure that everybody comes out empowered and ready to move forward in their greatness in social media. So I am Dr. Ikena Finch. I do education, motivation, social media. I am the host of the Social Power Summit, and I'm letting you know some of the lessons that I learned while organizing an event. And I'm sure Sunday when I do the recap, it's going to be a doozy. But I have more. So look out for Sunday's live stream. You will love it. So until next time, bye. Thank you.